Hello, I'm Dr. Malcolm Ogborn, the Optimistic Doc. I often find a lot of people are interested in coaching, but hesitant to take that step because they're unsure of what's involved in entering into a coaching relationship. Today, I'd like to give you a brief overview of what engaging with a coach is actually all about. The International Coach Federation defines coaching as partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. Let's look at the key words in there. It's a partnership. It's not an authoritarian or hierarchical relationship. It's a creative process. It's designed to bring something new into the world. But it's actually about the client. It's about the client's potential, both personally and professionally, depending on the nature of the coaching or the agenda the client brings to the coaching session. At its heart, the prime purpose of coaching is to inspire action. At the end of a coaching session, there should be positive steps to be taken to allow the client to move forward in the direction they wish to go. So what do coaches actually do? First of all, they need to develop a relationship of trust. For coaching to work, it has to be an open and honest exchange. Often it's an exchange that goes into deeply personal places, or places that may involve information that is of significant sensitivity, either to a person or to an organization. Coaches listen and ask questions. That's essentially the tool of trade. In doing those, they may invite clients to explore different viewpoints, often just looking at something from a different perspective provides valuable insights and itself suggests alternative courses of action. In the course of the conversation, coaches will often identify things they're hearing that they think may be assumptions and warrant testing or challenging. Coaches sometimes administer various types of psychological or psychometric assessments. The intent of these is often to focus on identifying particular strengths that may be useful in a situation, or identifying underlying personal, cognitive, or emotional characteristics of a client that help provide insight into their current state and opportunities for them to improve in the future. What don't coaches do? Well, first of all, they don't discuss the contents of a coaching session with anyone else. One of the most fundamental ethical principles of coaching is that it's strictly confidential. They don't criticize. They're not there to judge. They're simply there to reflect and help the person explore. Coaches don't provide solutions. Coaching is not a shop for made-to-measure answers to the various challenges that work or life bring before you. They don't give advice. The intent of coaching is to help the client explore their own approach to solutions. They don't enter into personal relationships with clients. Again, the ethical framework around coaching is very similar to other professional relationships and deals with similar issues of boundaries. And likewise, a coach will not object if a client wishes to end coaching or find a different coach. All coaches have their own styles and approaches, and that works with some people and not with others. For coaching to be successful, people need to find a coach with whom they are comfortable, with whom they can form that very trusting and intimate relationship. So how does a typical coaching session work? Well, assuming there's been previous coaching sessions, often the opening of the coaching session updates on actions that arose from those previous coaching sessions, explores progress, inquires after barriers if there were problems making progress, and often acknowledges successes. The next step is actually a contract for the coaching session. Now, when this term is used in coaching parlance, it doesn't necessarily mean a multi-page document. It actually focuses on identifying what it is the client wants to achieve out of that particular session. The bulk of the session is then spent in discussion exploring the issue or issues that have been brought forward by the client, and then identifying actions and accountabilities to determine whether those actions have actually occurred or not for what will happen after the session. Sometimes coaches will assign homework. This can be in the form of suggested readings or suggested exploration. It could be in the form of a specific action that the client agrees to take and before the next session. So how often does coaching happen? Well, the simple answer is as often as the client wants, within reason. Situational coaching occurs where there is a specific issue and one session or a small number of sessions are booked and set up around a specific issue until it's resolved. This is a particularly common approach sometimes with teams who have hit a bit of a logjam with an issue somewhere. Ongoing coaching is very common for people in significant leadership roles. My own approach with people with ongoing coaching for leadership roles tends to be on average monthly sessions or some other fixed time interval. Some people prefer as-needed coaching. They develop a relationship with the coach and they call on them and book a session when they feel the need arises. So, if you want to know more about coaching, there are some resources out there. A good one is actually the International Coach Federation website, which is www.experiencecoaching.com. Within that, there is actually a short video, Erica's story, which you may want to explore, which gives a fairly good overview of the nature of a coaching relationship in a professional environment. And certainly you can find more about the services I offer at my website. Thank you for listening.